I've been obsessed with business since I was a kid, like trading baseball cards in the fourth grade, obsessed. And let me tell you, I've had some wins. But you don't get to the penthouse without visiting the basement a few times, right? Failure? It's not an endpoint, it's a freaking comma. A speed bump on the road to success. The real ones, the ones who actually make it, they get that. They embrace the L because they know it's loaded with lessons. And that's what we're diving into today, my friends. 5 of my biggest business failures, the ones that made me question everything. We're talking about the gut punches, the sleepless nights, the what the hell was I thinking moments. But more importantly, we're talking about the gold I dug out of those experiences, the lessons that shaped me, the insights that fueled my future wins. So buckle up because this is about to get real. Picture it, 1996. The internet was like the Wild West, full of opportunity. I saw a chance to take my family's liquor store wine library online. E-commerce? Nobody was doing it, at least not for wine. We built winelibrary.com, and let me tell you, it was scrappy. We're talking dial-up internet, clunky websites, the whole 9 yards. But we were hustling, man. Email marketing, early online ads, we were figuring it out on the fly. We started making some noise. Sales were growing, we were getting press, it felt like we were onto something big. But here's the thing about being early to the game, you're also flying blind. And that's where things started to go sideways. See, we were so focused on the tech, on the new and shiny, that we forgot about the fundamentals. Inventory management, customer service, the blocking and tackling of a good business. We dropped the ball. One word, inventory. We had it coming in hot, but we had no system, no organization. It was like a wine tornado hit our warehouse. Orders were getting messed up, customers were pissed, and I was losing my mind. This wasn't just a few misplaced bottles, this was a full-blown logistics nightmare. We're talking missed shipments, angry customers, and a whole lot of wasted time and money. It was brutal, and you know what? I take full responsibility. I was so caught up in the excitement of the online world that I took my eye off the ball. Big mistake. That's the thing about business, you can have the best idea in the world, but if you can't execute, if you can't deliver, you're dead in the water. That experience was a crash course in the importance of the fundamentals. You can have the flashiest website, the coolest product, but if you can't handle the basics, you're going to get crushed. I learned that you gotta have your house in order before you start inviting the world in. That means solid systems, reliable processes, and a relentless focus on the customer experience. But here's the real lesson, the one that stuck with me. Never underestimate the power of humility. Being willing to admit your mistakes, to learn from them, that's how you grow. That wine site failure? It sucked, no doubt. But it also lit a fire under me. It made me obsessed with getting the fundamentals right, with building a business that was built to last. So after the wine site debacle, we went back to the drawing board. We tightened up our operations, focused on customer service, and got back to basics. And you know what? It worked. Wine Library was booming. We were crushing it online, our reputation was solid, and I was feeling good. Like, really good, maybe a little too good. See, success can be a tricky beast. It can make you complacent, overconfident, and that's where I messed up. We were developing a new line of private label wines, and I was convinced it was going to be huge. We're talking award-winning juice, beautiful packaging, the whole 9 yards. I was ready to conquer the world, but I let my excitement get ahead of reality. I didn't do my due diligence, I didn't listen to the market. I was so focused on my vision that I missed some crucial warning signs. We launched the new line with a bang. Big marketing push, fancy events, the whole shebang. And you know what happened? Crickets. Absolute crickets. The market yawned. It turned out the market was saturated with private label wines, and on top of that, I had let my personal taste influence the selection, which didn't resonate with our target audience. Big mistake. We were sitting on pallets of unsold wine, staring at a mountain of debt. It was a humbling experience, to say the least. All that confidence, all that swagger, gone. Just like that. It was a harsh reminder that no matter how successful you get, you can never afford to get complacent. The market doesn't care about your ego, it cares about value. That failure was a masterclass in the importance of market research. You can't just assume you know what people want, you gotta get out there and ask them. Surveys, focus groups, social media listening. There are so many ways to tap into your target audience and understand their needs, and let me tell you, it's a heck of a lot cheaper than launching a product nobody wants. But the biggest takeaway for me was the importance of staying grounded. Success can be fleeting, and it's easy to get caught up in the hype, but the real winners, they stay humble, they stay hungry, they never stop learning and evolving. All right, entrepreneurs, we're back for round 3, talking about those L's we take on the entrepreneurial roller coaster. You know, the ones that knock you down, make you question everything, but ultimately make you stronger. This one I call the consulting catastrophe. See, I thought I had it all figured out. I was going to be the consultant king, helping businesses crush it online. I landed a few clients, things were looking up, but then, bam! I took on too much, spread myself way too thin. Quality of work dipped, clients weren't happy, and frankly, neither was I. It was a mess, a self-inflicted wound, you know? I was so busy chasing the next deal, I forgot about the core value delivering the absolute best for the clients I already had. This one taught me a huge lesson about focus, about knowing your bandwidth, and about prioritizing quality over quantity. You can't be everything to everyone, but you can darn well be the best to a select few. Saying no, that's a superpower, my friends. It's easy to get caught up in the hype, to say yes to every opportunity that comes your way. But trust me, mastering the art of no is essential for long-term success. After that consulting chaos, I realized I needed to be more strategic. I started saying no to projects that didn't align with my core expertise or the value I wanted to deliver. It was scary at first, like turning down potential money, right? But let me tell you, the moment I started saying no to the wrong things, I started attracting the right things. My focus sharpened, my work improved, and I was able to build deeper, more meaningful relationships with the clients I did take on. Saying no isn't about closing doors, it's about creating the space and energy to walk through the right ones. It's about protecting your time, your energy, and your sanity. So, don't be afraid to say no, my friends. It's a power move. Failure, it's a redirect. It's the universe telling you to reassess, to refine your approach, and to come back stronger. After the consulting crash and burn, I went back to the drawing board. I took time to reflect on what worked, what didn't, and what I truly wanted to achieve. I realized I was passionate about helping entrepreneurs build sustainable businesses, not just chasing quick wins. So, I pivoted my focus, honed in on my strengths, and started building a business that truly aligned with my values and vision. And you know what? It wasn't easy. It was a grind filled with late nights and moments of doubt. But it was also incredibly rewarding because I was building something I truly believed in, something that added real value to the world. Failure is feedback, entrepreneurs. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to come back even stronger. So embrace the failures, extract the lessons, and keep moving forward. You got this. All right, my fourth major business fail. This one stings a little because it felt so right at the time. I was convinced I had my finger on the pulse, but the market had other plans. We're talking about a social media management platform for local businesses. Remember, this was back when Facebook pages were just starting to blow up and every local bakery, barber, you name it, needed help navigating the digital world. See, I saw this gap, this huge opportunity, and I dove in head first. We built this whole platform, super user-friendly, automated a lot of the posting, even integrated local deals and promotions. My team was pumped, I was hyped. We were ready to revolutionize how local businesses did marketing. We went full-on hustle mode, pounding the pavement, pitching to every mom and pop shop in a 10-mile radius. Problem was, nobody was biting. We'd get meetings, sure, but the minute we started talking monthly subscriptions, their eyes would glaze over. These businesses, they just weren't ready to invest in social media like that. Looking back, I realized the biggest mistake was timing. We were simply too early. Social media was still new, and local businesses didn't see the value yet. They weren't comfortable outsourcing their online presence, and frankly, many of them weren't even convinced they needed an online presence. We pivoted, oh man, did we pivot. We rebranded, reworked the platform, even tried targeting bigger companies, but the truth is, the core idea was flawed from the start. We were a solution to a problem that didn't quite exist yet. And you know what? That's okay. Because here's the thing about entrepreneurship, you're going to be wrong. A lot. And that's not a bad thing. It's all about learning from those mistakes, adapting, and coming back stronger. This failure, it taught me a valuable lesson about market validation. You can have the greatest product in the world, but if there's no demand, you're dead in the water. You gotta make sure you're solving a real problem, a problem people are willing to pay for. So, how do you avoid this trap? Simple. Talk to your potential customers early and often. Validate your assumptions, get feedback on your ideas, and most importantly, listen to what they're actually saying. Don't just hear what you want to hear, because remember, you're not building a business for yourself, you're building it for your customers. And if you're not meeting their needs, someone else will. Alright, on to my fifth major business fail. This one's a bit more recent, and it stings in a different way. This wasn't about being too early or missing the market. This was about straight-up execution. We're talking about an e-commerce venture, a curated online marketplace for sustainable and ethically sourced fashion. Sustainability was becoming a big deal, and rightfully so. People were becoming more conscious of their impact, and I wanted to create a platform that made it easier for them to shop their values. We partnered with amazing designers, artisans, and brands, all committed to ethical production and eco-friendly practices. We launched with a bang, got some great press, influencers were loving it, and the initial response was incredible. Orders started pouring in, and we were ecstatic. This was it, we thought we'd finally cracked the code. But then, reality hit. See, we underestimated the logistical nightmare of running an e-commerce business, especially one with a global supply chain. Shipping costs were through the roof, delivery times were inconsistent, and returns were becoming a major headache. On top of that, managing inventory from multiple suppliers, each with their own production timelines and minimum order quantities, proved to be a logistical nightmare. We were drowning in spreadsheets, constantly scrambling to fulfill orders and keep track of everything. The worst part? We were so caught up in putting out fires that we took our eye off the ball. We stopped innovating, stopped marketing, stopped doing all the things that had made us successful in the first place. We limped along for a while, but eventually we had to make the tough call to shut it down. It was a crushing blow, not just financially, but emotionally. I had poured my heart and soul into that business, and to see it fail despite our best efforts was tough. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that experience for anything, because it taught me some of the most valuable lessons of my entrepreneurial journey. It taught me the importance of operational excellence, of building a strong foundation from the ground up. It taught me that logistics matter, that a seamless customer experience is paramount. And most importantly, it taught me the importance of resilience, of picking yourself up and coming back stronger even when it feels impossible. So, there you have it. My 5 biggest business failures laid bare for the world to see. Look, I could have sugarcoated it, given you the highlight reel, but that's not how I roll. Because the truth is, failure is part of the game. It's inevitable. Every successful entrepreneur you see, every business icon you admire, they've all failed at some point. Probably more times than they'd care to admit. But here's the difference. They didn't let those failures define them. They embraced them, learned from them, and came back stronger. And that's what I want you to do. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't let the fear of failure paralyze you from taking action. Because the only way to truly fail is to never try at all. So get out there, take risks, experiment, and don't be afraid to fall flat on your face. Because it's in those moments of failure that you learn the most valuable lessons. The lessons that will ultimately lead you to success. Remember, as I always say, you're one step closer to success every time you fail. Now go out there and make it happen. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great content. Check out these videos for more inspiration. See you next time.